as far as the US getting affected, I think Canada we are their largest trading partner.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think what really is affecting them more is the Chinese, because he was also putting tariffs on the Chinese goods, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I think immediately, I think the U.S. people are going to pay more for their goods.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the long run, I don't know if it would go down, like
Yeah.
with their own making their own, let's just say toys.
Yeah.
We know that most toys are made in China,
Yeah.
so
Well, almost everything is made in China.
right,
Like almost everything probably in this room is probably made in China because they make everything there. Like when you think about that, China is so far ahead of most countries because they make absolutely everything.
yeah,
Like, and sometimes there's these two sides when we think about China. Sometimes they get criticized. You think about, oh, cheap Chinese stuff or knockoff Chinese stuff or whatever. But what we oftentimes don't realize is the good stuff that we also have is also the Chinese stuff.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the Chinese make the cheaper stuff, but they also make the good stuff,
yeah,
right? And sometimes we don't think that. So, or we don't realize that. So the Chinese knockoffs are knockoffs of the things that they're also making themselves.
yeah,
I know somebody in Mexico once said to me he had known somebody who had went to China once. Had went to some place where I don't know where they made lots and lots of different things, right? Some kind of street where you could buy I think he said you could buy almost anything there. Like you could buy so much stuff. He said if you want cheap stuff, they'll make it for you. You can get really cheap stuff. That if you want really good quality, high quality, good stuff, is they'll make that for you too. Like depending on what you want, right? It's like,
yeah.
and so if you think about like thinking about that, the Chinese manufacturing capabilities are so huge, and you see that all the time. That's why everybody's using China to make
Yeah,
their stuff. Everything is that's made there too,
yeah,
right? And this is high quality. Yeah, the
yeah.
iPhones and stuff. Well,
You
China,
certainly pay for quality, that's for sure.
yeah, right. So a lot of it's made in China, and they're far ahead in a lot of stuff. Like Canada doesn't have that kind of manufacturing capability right now. And like, what would Canada do if China didn't manufacture the stuff that we need?
If we can get those goods anymore,
Yeah,
we would have to figure out how to make our own toys. That's for sure.
make a lot of stuff, right?
TVs,
Yeah,
phones, right?
because we don't make those things here, and so we haven't learned how to do all those
Yeah,
things,
and
and they do it all there.
it used to be we could sell them a lot of food, right? They love
Mm,
our grains, they
okay.
love our pork, our beef.
Mm,
It used to be, but they're getting better at producing their own.
okay.
They're um I think I watched a documentary, and they have pig barns, and it looked like a I want to say a 20-story condominium building,
A pig
on
farm
a pig
or a pig barn.
farm,
Barn.
barn,
Yeah.
whatever, factory,
Yeah.
pig factory.
Hmm.
And it was like a 20, I'm guessing 20, but it was a huge building, and on every floor there was more pigs, more pigs, more pigs, more pigs.
Hmm.
So they didn't use much space. They may still have to buy some grain from us or the US, right? When I say us, North America,
Hmm.
buy grain from us to feed them,
Hmm.
but they're getting, at least we're not shipping them as much pork or whatever, right? So,
Hmm.
and that's just another thing. So that's a China thing.
Hmm.
But back in North America, um, we produce, we export pigs as well. And it was going to cost the farmer $60 a pig if the tariffs were coming in. And so what that led the farmers to believe right away is, this is my last batch of pigs. Don't bring me any more little piglets, because at $60 a pig, I'm just done. I'm losing money. So,
Mm.
right. So those kind of things are very real for people, and
Yeah.
yeah.